If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear, the camera's here.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to Jerry's NBA Talk TV. I'm NBA Jerry, and thank you for watching. I wanted to talk to you guys for a minute about the NBA trades and the NBA trade deadline. On a side note, I just got done watching the Miami Heat New York Knicks game, and the New York Knicks look pretty good. I know they need to, have some time to get together and stuff like that, but defensively, they look good in the second, third, and the fourth quarter. I mean, they gave up 34 points in the first quarter, and the rest of the game they only gave up like 50 points. So, very surprising defensive effort by the Miami Heat, by the New York Knicks, and LeBron James had a chance to tie the game twice, and he got blocked by Amari, and then he missed a three-point shot. I think Dwayne Wade should have got at least one opportunity to, tie the game or whatever. But Dwayne Wade was struggling, so I'm not mad about that. So, good game by the Knicks. Let's first start with Sacramento. They acquired Marquise Daniels and cash considerations from Boston for a future draft pick. Basically, Sacramento needed a guy like Marquise Daniels. I like the trade. Obviously he got hurt. He hurt his neck, and he was going to miss a lot of time. He actually had a scary injury against the Orlando Magic earlier, I think a couple of weeks ago. So Marquise Daniels added to that roster to Sacramento. I'm not really mad about that. It's a good pick. And then obviously Boston will get a draft pick for the future. Let's talk about the Houston Rockets. They traded Aaron Brooks to Phoenix for Goran Dragic and a future first-round pick. Aaron Brooks is obviously going to come off the bench for Steve Nash, but I think it's going to do good for his career. And basically, Goran Dragic, I thought he was going to be the point guard for the future for the Phoenix Suns, but obviously they're going in a different direction. So it's a pretty even trade. I think Aaron Brooks is a little bit better than Goran Dragic, even though Dragic is taller. But they even it out the trade, giving Dragic and a pick. So I like the trade for both teams. The Cleveland Cavaliers traded guard Mo Williams and forward Jamario Moon to the LA Clippers for guards Baron Davis and a 2011 first-round draft pick. That's a very interesting trade because who would ever thought a couple of years ago that somebody would be happy to go to the Clippers? Mo Williams and Jamario Moon are two guys that are very, very happy to get out of Cleveland. I mean, they're the worst team in the NBA. They go from living in the city of Cleveland, which I'm not saying is a bad city, but I think a lot of people would rather live in LA versus Cleveland. And they got Blake Griffin there. So Mo Williams is pretty happy. So is Jamario Moon. Let's talk about Baron Davis. Man, you talking about a guy that has got to be angry. I mean, he's from that area. All his businesses are there. He does a lot of things off the court. He does things with movies and all kind of stuff. It's well documented that Donald Sterling was making fun of him and heckling him during the game, talking about he was overweight and stuff like that. And it's bad enough that you trade the guy away from his hometown, but you trade him to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, man, I never thought I'd feel sorry for an NBA player that's making millions and millions of dollars, but Baron Davis, that's not a good position for Baron Davis. But I think he'll probably get, they'll probably buy him out and then he'll go to another team. But that's going to be an interesting situation. The Charlotte Bobcats traded Gerald Wallace to Portland for center Joe Przybilla and forward Dante Cunningham. The Charlotte Bobcats traded away Gerald Wallace to Portland in exchange for Joe Przybilla and Dante Cunningham. Now, Joe Przybilla is probably going to retire either before the end of the season or at the end of the season. He's in his mid-30s. Dante Cunningham's a pretty good player. He's young. I think Charlotte just needs a new look. I think they obviously know they're not going to go anywhere with this team, so they figure they give Gerald Wallace a chance to go to a winning organization. I think this move is definitely going to improve both teams as far as Charlotte in the future. And then Dante, because Dante Cunningham, like I said, is going to be a pretty good player in the future. But Gerald Wallace is definitely a happy man going to Portland because he's going to be in a playoff hunt. He's a good defensive player. He can play the 3 and the 4, and he can take a lot of pressure off of LaMarcus Aldridge. So I like the trade for both teams. Let's talk about the Boston Celtics. They traded for Luke Harangody and center Semi Erden to Cleveland for a 2013 second-round draft pick. That's just something to do the rosters and stuff like that. The big trade of the day, obviously, was Kendrick Perkins and guard Nate Robinson to Oklahoma City for forward Jeff Green and center Nene Kristic and a 2012 first-round draft pick and some cash. My initial knee-jerk reaction to this trade, I was kind of angry. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Anytime that you have a center that doesn't need the ball on offense, plays solid one-on-one defense, great team defense, is a good rebounder, a solid playoff performer, and has never lost with his teammates in the playoffs, I didn't like the trade at first. More and more days that go by, it doesn't look as bad on paper. I'm not Danny Ainge, and I don't own the Boston Celtics, so it's easy for me to sit back here and say, hey, they shouldn't trade Kendrick Perkins and things like that. Folks, I'm going to tell you exactly why Kendrick Perkins got traded. He wanted a certain amount of money in his contract. He wanted to sign a new contract. His agent and Danny Ainge were on 2 different pages. Now, Danny Ainge knew that if he didn't sign Kendrick Perkins, he may go somewhere else. And he understood that Kendrick Perkins is a great defensive player. He's a great team player. And he understands how important he was to the team. But he had to make a business. I don't know if he talked to the Boston Celtic players about this first. I mean, he really doesn't have to, but I think morally he should, just because of the tight knit of the group. I'm back and forth with this because in Danny Ainge's case, he's got to make a business decision for his team. I don't think he got better, but he got some talent. I mean, Jeff Green is a really, really good player. He's really a small forward, but he plays power forward for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He'll do a lot of different things for the Celtics. Nene Kristic, he's got a nice little 18-foot jump shot. He's a big body. He's not Kendrick Perkins, but he's another big body. So you can't replace Kendrick Perkins in this league. Coming from, if you're a Boston Celtics fan or Boston Celtics player, I definitely don't like the trade. And no knock on Nene Kristic or Jeff Green, but you got 6 weeks into the playoffs, and you trade your starting center in exchange for a small forward and a backup center, basically. And this is a championship team. They were trying to win the championship, and a lot of people feel that if Kendrick Perkins was playing last year in the finals, the Celtics might have won the championship. So to trade a player like Kendrick Perkins, at first, like I said, I was pretty upset about that because I wanted to see the Celtics at full strength go against the Miami Heats, the Orlando Magics, or even the LA Lakers if they got to the finals. It is a business. People were hurt in the Celtics organization, I heard and I read about, but the bottom line is Danny Ainge and Boston had to make a decision. It's a done deal, so they have to move forward. I don't know exactly what this is going to do to Boston. They're still a tough team. But right now, I got to say, the Miami Heat, Orlando Magic, Chicago Bulls, and the LA Lakers, I think, are very happy they don't have to deal with Kendrick Perkins. Let's talk about Oklahoma City. They were missing 4 things, in my opinion: toughness, defense, size, and rebounding. And with this trade right here, they got all those things. Not only did Oklahoma City acquire Kendrick Perkins, but they also picked up Nazr Mohammed from the Charlotte Bobcats. So let's take a look at the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jeff Green was playing power forward with the Thunder. He was playing out of position. So now Jeff Green is gone. Serge Ibaka was playing center. To me, he was playing out of position. He's a power forward. So now you slide Serge Ibaka down to the power forward. Now Oklahoma City's missing a center. What kind of center do they need? They need a strong, defensive-minded, tough, rebounding center. Doesn't need any calls played for him and doesn't need to score. The perfect center for the Oklahoma City Thunder, in my opinion, is Kendrick Perkins. So now you have a great starting lineup with Oklahoma City. You have scoring, toughness, rebounding, defensive presence, and size. You got Russell Westbrook at the point. You got Cephalosha as a defensive stopper and a three-point shooter. You got the best scorer in the NBA, the leading scorer in the NBA, Kevin Durant. You got Serge Ibaka, a defensive presence down low who can rebound. And then you got Kendrick Perkins. Folks, I'm telling you right now, look out for the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is an excellent trade for this team. Excellent trade. They got so much better. And Kendrick Perkins is going to get his contract. He's going to get his money with the Oklahoma City Thunder. So I like that trade. Excellent job by both teams. Excellent job by the Oklahoma City Thunder by pulling this trade off. I know it hurt Kevin Durant and those guys to lose Jeff Green. Kevin Durant has been playing with Jeff Green his whole career. So has Russell Westbrook. But the bottom line is, like I said before, folks, this is a business. So they got to move on. And I think they're going to be a lot better with this lineup. All right, folks, that's my take on the NBA trade deadline. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me which teams won. Tell me which teams lost. Which teams got better. Which teams got worse. Let me know what you guys think, okay? Thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. And don't forget, if you can believe it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. You guys know I appreciate it. And remember, folks, always treat people how you want to be treated, and everything will be okay. This is NBA Jerry, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.